Well, folks, that time has come, and I know that you're tired of all my talk about waiting on storm season to wind down, getting the boat ready, and kind of dealing with our land life. Well, you won't have to listen to me talk about that anymore. So today, Tracy and I spent the day ironing out the last few details on the boat, getting things ready. Plan is to have a nice dinner tonight, get a good night's sleep, and be ready to take off in the morning. I'll see you then around 6 a.m. and you can join us on the journey from Florida to Bimini, Bahama. Thanks for joining us. In this episode, we leave the U.S. and sail to Bimini, Bahamas. We cross the Gulfstream, have an encounter with dolphins along the way, and stay tuned till the end when we get our first glimpse of those crystal clear Bahamian waters. I'm sitting here aboard Sunshine Daydream in Card Sound, which is a nice anchorage at the northern end of the Florida Keys near Key Largo. And the weather is beautiful, and tomorrow morning we're heading to the Bahamas. Now, we already did an overnight sail from St. Petersburg down to Key West, and then we bopped up the Keys going into Marathon and then to Big Pine Key and then up to Key Largo. It took a lot of great film along the way, but unfortunately I bought a new camera and my technological skills are not all that refined yet, and I used the wrong format on the camera. So I've got a lot of footage, but it doesn't quite gel with my editing software. So maybe I'll have some sort of retrospective down the road and show you those things. But really, this is the important part, because tomorrow morning we're heading off to Bimini, Bahamas. Now, the plan is to leave this anchorage at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll weave our way out across the Florida Reef Line, and then we'll sail 60 miles from Florida across to Bimini, Bahamas. When we get there, we'll go ahead and check in with customs. It's not that challenging of a trip as far as navigation. It's really just a straight shot about 60 miles across the ocean. The big challenge is that we have to cross the Florida Gulfstream. Now, what is that? The Gulfstream is about a 30-mile wide area of strong current that runs up along the Florida Keys between Florida and the Bahamas. It travels about 3 miles per hour from the south to the north, and it's an area where there's a lot of disturbed weather and creates some challenges because it pushes you north the whole time you're trying to get over there. I'll see you then around 6 a.m. and you can join us on the journey from Florida to Bimini, Bahama. Thanks for joining us. Well, it's going on 6 a.m. and we have a beautiful morning. Stars are out, nice and calm. We're going to get things fired up, get the boat ready to roll, and take off. Well, we made it out of Angelfish Creek, and now we're heading across the reef, and next stop, Bimini, Bahamas.
Let's go.
Well, it's 7:15 a.m. and we are working our way off the reef. We're actually going through John Pennycamp State Park, which is an underwater state park. They have campgrounds and all on land, but it's got a beautiful reef out here. I remember going here when I was a little kid. We're out here in 1,000 foot of water. We got a pod of dolphin coming up to the boat. Maybe they'll join us. All right, let's raise her up. Well, we don't have a lot of wind, but we have enough wind to at least get some sails up for a minute. See if it helps us with a little bit of speed. Brought the jib out. So we're full sail and a motor. There's not much wind, but enough to fill the sails and give us a little bit of help. So we'll use a motor and both sails and should be able to maintain maybe 7+ knots of speed on our way to Bimini. So it is a little afternoon and we are just under 20 miles from the entrance to the Bimini Islands, in Bimini, Bahamas, South Bimini to be exact, and still sailing. We've had enough wind that Tracy's been able to keep this boat going at about 6.5 knots, which is not very fast if you're driving a car, but a good speed in a big old catamaran like this, especially since our true wind speed's only about 10 knots. 1:40 p.m. Land ho! So we're less than 5 miles out now and we're starting to get things ready to dock. We're not sure what to expect. So Tracy's getting the lines out and the fenders out, and we'll hopefully be set up. We've got plenty of time to do that, but we're getting an early start. Well, we made it here successfully. We had to do quite a bit of jockeying to get in the dock. This is the first time I've ever had to back this boat into a slip, and there's a ton of current. Fortunately, we had a very patient dock hand named Steven kind of walking me through it, and we never even bumped the dock, at least not yet. But we're tied up, and I'm heading to customs to get us checked into the country. Really glad to be here. The last 20 yards was the only stressful part of the trip. Oh, well, that was easy. I'm just leaving immigration. I walked in, Tracy had filled out the forms. I handed him the forms, handed him the passports. He said, I got a problem. I said, what is it? He says, you need to sign. I signed, that was it. And now I'm heading to customs. So far, so easy. The immigration stop was pretty easy. The customs was even easier. Tracy filled out all the paperwork online. I handed her a single number, and she did some paperwork. I signed 3 pieces of paper, and she said, thank you, go on your way. Bye-bye. Whew, what a day. That was awesome. About a 10-hour day getting across, not even, but we're here. Customs is done, immigration's done. We're checked into the marina, we're tied up. And I think tonight we're going to hang around the boat, just relax a little bit, and then tomorrow night we're going to go explore Bimini, maybe eat at the restaurant, maybe do a little dinghy ride, who knows. We're going to have some fun tomorrow. So. Well, this is our first Bahamian sunrise aboard Sunshine Daydream. It looks like it's going to be a very nice day. Well, it's not all beaches and tiki bars here in the Bahamas. Today, we're heading into town to take care of all the administrative work we need to do so we can live down here for the next 6 weeks. Hopefully it goes as smooth today as it did yesterday when I checked in to Customs and Immigration. Hey, come on, you can do it. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button, and don't be afraid to leave a comment so I know somebody's watching. So thanks for hanging out with us today, and join us next time as we explore Cat Key and Gun Key. We catch fish and lobster, we dive the Sapona wreck, and we head off to explore the Berry Islands. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.